New at 10, a Missouri City family is pleading for justice for Jamaica Williams. The mother of four was killed Friday night in front of her children.
It has, Erica. It's been 72 hours, and Houston police still have not named this suspect who they're looking for, so we can't name him.
Gunned down in front of her own children. Police say she was shot by her on and off again boyfriend, who was also the father of two of her kids.
Mia, the family is telling us they believe the ex-boyfriend is responsible and that the shooting happened just 2 days before he was set to move out for good.
I was shocked, but I did see it coming. He was very jealous of her.
Welcome back to Urban Crime Stories. In this episode, we will dive into the tragic and senseless murder of 38-year-old Jamaica Williams, a devoted mother from Houston, Texas, whose life was brutally taken away by the person she trusted the most. Before we continue, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on all notifications so that you will not miss any future episodes. Houston, often celebrated for its vibrant culture and rich history, hides a darker reality beneath its bustling cityscape. With a crime index of 2 out of 100, Houston is safer than just 2% of U.S. cities. The city's violent crime rate stands at 11.35 incidents per 1,000 residents, far above the national average of 4. Sadly, Jamaica became one of these grim statistics, a victim of domestic violence at the hands of her long-term on-again, off-again boyfriend, Christopher Levels. Jamaica was more than just another name in a police report. She was a loving and devoted mother to her 4 children, a 17-year-old son, and daughters aged 14, 12, and 7. Those who knew her described Jamaica as the glue that held her family together, a woman whose infectious spirit and kindness brightened the lives of everyone she met. In an emotional interview, Jamaica's siblings, her sister Jatera and her brothers Jamal and Adrian, spoke about the deep bond they shared with her. Jatera, who had an especially close relationship with Jamaica, recalled how they were inseparable, constantly chatting, sharing memes, and staying connected through phone calls.
Yes, I feel torn. My sister was like my best friend. We talked literally every morning, every afternoon, every night. We're sending each other funny things on Instagram daily. She was like the rock of our family, and we're just hurting. It just feels like a bad dream that I can't wake up from.
However, it was Jatera who received the most devastating call of her life on November 10, 2023. It was her 14-year-old niece, sobbing uncontrollably on the other end of the line, who broke the unthinkable news. "My daddy killed my mom." In shock, Jatera raced to her sister's apartment, hoping against hope that she could help. But when she arrived, it was too late. Jamaica had already succumbed to her injuries, leaving her family reeling from the sudden loss.
It was my niece. She was crying. She said, "Jatera, my daddy killed my mama." And I'm like, "What?" And I just was screaming, and so I just sped all the way to my sister's house. I was just trying to keep my niece calm because it was her and her 2 younger sisters.
The Houston Police Department quickly launched an investigation at Jamaica's home on Bird Run Drive in southwest Houston. Paramedics and homicide detectives arrived on the scene, but there was nothing they could do. Jamaica had been pronounced dead from a gunshot wound, with the prime suspect being her 40-year-old boyfriend, Christopher. The couple had known each other since high school and shared a turbulent relationship, which had never truly found stability. According to Jatera, Jamaica had previously shown her threatening text messages from Christopher, which often included death threats. Despite the warnings, Jamaica and her family believed the threats were just empty words until the unimaginable happened.
However, he have been making threats lately, but we never thought okay, he meant that.
On the day of the murder, Jamaica had been flat ironing her hair, preparing for a night out with friends when Christopher entered the apartment, furious. As their argument escalated, Christopher stormed into the kitchen, retrieved a gun, and declared, "You are not going anywhere today. Today is the day."
When he seen her flat ironing her hair, dressed and ready to go hang out with her friend, he was like, "You're not going anywhere." He said, "You're not going anywhere. Today is the day." And then that's when he went and got the gun and he pulled it out.
Without hesitation, he shot Jamaica in front of their children, and then fled the scene in Jamaica's car. The horror of that night didn't end there. It was revealed that the couple had been arguing frequently, leading to their recent breakup. Jamaica had told Christopher to move out within 2 days, and their last fight was fueled by his anger and jealousy. Neighbors reported hearing yelling followed by a gunshot, marking the final moments of a woman who was loved dearly by her family and friends. For Jamaica's eldest son, Jaden, the tragedy was particularly painful. He was the only one spared from witnessing his father's horrific act, but the loss of his mother was no less profound. A high school senior with honors, Jaden had always dreamed of having his mom there to see him graduate, attend his prom, and cheer him on at his games.
Mom, she always talked about me graduating, and now that I'm finally a senior, this is supposed to be me and her year. She always talked about my prom, coming to my games, and just watching me walk that stage as a senior. And I'm not a regular senior, I'm a senior with honor.
Now those dreams are shattered, replaced by the harsh reality that she's gone forever. For 5 agonizing days, Christopher was on the run, leaving Jamaica's family in a constant state of fear. They knew he was armed and familiar with their routines, making them feel unsafe even in their own homes.
We feel like he's armed and dangerous. We don't know what he'll do to us. He knows where all of us live and things like that. We feel like he don't have anything to lose.
Janika Williams, another of Jamaica's sisters, made a public plea for Christopher to surrender. She pointed out that Jamaica's family had always loved and supported him, and now that he had destroyed their lives, the least he could do was turn himself in. The Houston Police Department continued their search, urging the public for any information on Christopher's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Jamaica's loved ones took to social media, launching the hashtag Justice for Jamaica to raise awareness and bring attention to the manhunt. Friends and family members poured their grief and frustration into posts, with Jamaica's cousin Alicia Williams condemning Christopher's actions and another friend expressing their sorrow over the senseless act of violence. To honor Jamaica's memory, her family organized a vigil and a balloon release ceremony. Her father described Jamaica as the heart of their family, a piece of the puzzle that could never be replaced.
I'm feeling devastating right now, man, but I'm trying to hold it up for the family.
To help cover the unexpected funeral costs, the family also started a GoFundMe, drawing support from the community that Jamaica had touched during her life. In an interview with Fox 26 Houston, Jamaica's brother Jamal expressed his suspicions about Christopher, whom he described as selfish and irresponsible. He recounted times when Christopher would return home with food only for himself, ignoring the needs of Jamaica and the children. Jamal emphasized that while Christopher's own family had not embraced him, Jamaica's family always welcomed him with open arms, making his betrayal all the more painful. Adrian, another of Jamaica's brothers, shared his disbelief. He had been close to Christopher, and the pain of losing both a sister and a trusted friend was overwhelming. Adrian revealed that he had spoken with Christopher the day before the murder, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The sudden violence shocked everyone, leaving them grappling with unanswered questions about what could have triggered such a heinous act. Alicia Williams, the victim's cousin, expressed her grief and frustration on Facebook, stating, "Can't even come forward and turn yourself in. You did this in front of your own kids." Another friend also shared their sorrow, writing, "Rest in peace to Jamaica Williams. What happened to you shouldn't have ever happened. I'm praying for your family and hoping justice is served in your name." Jatera, still processing the loss of her sister, urged others to take threats of domestic violence seriously. She stressed that no one should ignore the warning signs or stay in a relationship where they feel unsafe. For Christopher's children, the trauma of witnessing their mother's murder will be a burden they carry for the rest of their lives. After 6 days on the run, Christopher finally surrendered to the Houston police on November 16th. He confessed to the murder of Jamaica and was promptly arrested and charged. As the case unfolds, Jamaica's family continues to seek justice for her and healing for her children. This heartbreaking story serves as a reminder of the devastating impact of domestic violence. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, don't wait. Reach out for help before it's too late. What are your thoughts about this tragic story? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future crime stories. Your support is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I will see you with another episode of Urban Crime Stories.